Hey folks, welcome to the channel.
Hello.
So, it is Halloween. Well, it's not. It's the 1st of October though, so...
Yeah.
Well, I got some glow-in-the-dark mica powders from Amanda over at Resin Supplies Den. And, I am not kidding you. They are the most glowy-in-the-darky I have ever seen. They are just...
You were like, oh, which one shall I order? And I was like, just get one of each.
I was there. I was going like, which ones do we want then?
I think they were, was it a pound? Pound each?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
There wasn't a lot.
No, they're not expensive at all. And I couldn't decide which one I wanted, so I got one of each. Now, the purple one, Amanda actually sent me to test. And on top of that, she sent me a free sample of her UV DTFs, which she does. And she has an amazing line of UV DTFs over in the Facebook group. I will put a link to them in the description. Go and check them out. I don't do it in this video, but I do use that UV DTF on a tray. And that video, I think, is next week or so.
Yep.
And I'm not going to lie. For me, it is one of my all-time ever favourite makes. I love it.
It is a really good one.
It's a humdinger of a tray. Yeah, I was well pleased. So, with what else do you do with glow in the dark powders? You make glow in the dark ghosts. I mean, you can make.
I was just saying, there's other things you can make.
There's a whole range of things that you can actually do, but that's where I went with it.
I think what you should have said was, in October, what do you do with glow in the dark micas?
Okay, is that the first line of a joke?
No.
Oh,
I was going to say, because that would be ghosts.
Listen, you just sit over there in your position that you're in, and shush. Now, the first colour I went for...
Shocker.
See, that's not you being quiet, is it? That's you being noisy.
Yeah.
Let's try the quiet one. Fingers on lips. Right. So I had an idea.
Uh-oh.
Now, I don't know if it's going to work. I mean, I do, because I've done it. But at this point, I have not a clue whether or not it's going to work. But I thought, if I was to make an alcohol ink out of the glow-in-the-dark powders, can I do a Petri effect and make Petri effect glow-in-the-dark ghosts?
Okay.
Do you see where?
Yeah,
no,
I see where you're going with that. Yeah.
Now,
while I was editing this, wondering what the hell you were doing.
Did you not look at the final thing and go, "Oh yeah, no"?
No.
Now, there's a couple of caveats that I'd like to put in at this point. So the two big moulds are shiny moulds.
Yep.
And they are perfect for what I wanted to do. And the smaller mould, I didn't actually realise that it's a matte mould.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even, and all through this process, I did not clock it was a matte mould, right up until the point that I demoulded them and went, oh. You know when you take things out and you go, oh, shiny.
Have you not made those before?
No, this was the first time I used them.
Oh, right.
I've made them since.
Yeah.
But this was the first time I'd actually made them.
Right, okay.
You see? Which is how I didn't know they were matte. Had I have made them before, I would have known that they were matte. You see how that works? It's like magic.
Maybe like when you were ordering them, did you not realise then that they were matte?
It was Temu.
Did it not say on there?
No, it's Temu.
Okay.
Sweetie, do you not go on Temu? Oh, no, you don't, do you?
No.
No, okay. Well, maybe you should. No. In fact, I think we should have a little expedition to Temu.
You want me to have a look on Temu?
Yes.
Okay. Coming soon, Temu unboxing.
Yeah. Now, I mixed up And I wasn't sure, because I've never made up alcohol inks with glow-in-the-dark powders before. I wasn't sure whether or not to use a tiny bit, a lot. I had no idea of the sort of quantities I need.
Yeah.
I feel with hindsight that it was a little bit weaker than I should have made them a little bit stronger. But, you know, like I always say, hindsight is a great thing. I then added some Cinca White, and I added Let's Resin Cinca White rather than the Pinata, simply because I wanted something that was a bit more... I didn't want something that was quite as heavy as the Pinata. And I could have actually diluted the Pinata Cinca White, but full disclosure...
You didn't?
I couldn't be bothered. I was not... I felt I was faffing enough. There was enough faff with this make. And I thought, the Pinata's all the way over there, and I'm quite comfy. I was. I mean, that's the truth. I mean, I could make up some glorious story about something or other, but that is the honest truth. I just couldn't be bothered.
Is that because you've got a super comfy chair?
This chair that I have now is the most comfy chair I've ever had. Like, I will come upstairs and do, like before, when I had lots of admin and things to do, I'd do it downstairs.
And sit on the sofa.
And sit on the sofa, because it was comfier and it didn't hurt my bits, you know, my aches and pains and all the rest of it. Now, I sit on the sofa and I'm like, why am I doing this here? I'm going upstairs. And I'm literally in this chair from morning to night. It is.
Yeah, because it's not a normal... It's a gaming chair.
It's a gaming chair.
It's got... The cushiony bit at the bottom is spring-loaded.
It has, but what we'll do is we'll talk about that some more when we do a craft cave tour.
Okay.
Because quite a few people have asked for us to do that. So we will do it as soon as Kirk tidies his desks. Now, I've made up 2 of the shiny, the larger ghosts, and I've done it in the pink, and I've done it in the purple.
Yeah.
Because Amanda asked me to test the purple, I thought I'll do a purple one. And I did the pink one just because...
Why not?
Well, I don't know. I don't know why I did pink. I think it's because I think my granddaughters have changed me in ways I'm not happy about.
The pink influence.
Yeah, there's a lot of pink coming into my crafting, and it's freaking me out. But I actually really like it's not like a baby pink, it's a proper pink. So I quite liked it.
Yeah.
I really do like it. And then this was kind of a bit of a mishmash. So I made up some kind of quite dilute powders and then poured those into the molds. And then I just added some Cinca White because I just wanted the white, and I wanted the effect of the wispy white, but with the solid glow. Does that make sense?
No, yeah, I know what you mean.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So this is the demold. So this is like a day later. And I think I put too much Cinca in. But I actually quite liked it. Now, I think that
there's a lot of the stuff that has rested at the top, so it's the actual.
It's sunk.
Yeah,
it's sunk. That's what I'm saying. I just literally said I think.
No,
too
but
much
the actual powder. If you look at the top of those two,
it's sunk too much.
Right. Okay.
What I literally just said that.
So is that the point that you went? Oh no, it's a matte mold.
Yes, and I was like, oh, it's just going to come out frosty. The whole lot of it will just be this frosty effect that, and then I thought...
I don't know. I mean, that effect might be...
Well...
I mean, if they glow...
They do... No, I mean, they glow. Do they glow? Goodness me. So, they do glow. They glow brilliantly. Unfortunately, in the craft cave, we have UV film on our windows, which is resistant. Yeah. So basically UV doesn't get in through our window.
So it has, it has multiple things. It reflects the heat.
Yeah, it does. So, it does lots of things.
But it also, so we can have the window wide open and it will still not affect anything in
Yeah.
here.
So I was like, I wonder if I'm going to charge these. And of course, the day I did this, it was cloudy. It was chucking it down with rain. I was like, I'm never going to get these charged up. So I just thought I'll put the UV lamp on them for a minute or two, and it literally was like the 2 minutes or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And you can see they do glow, but I needed more.
Needed more.
I needed more glow.
You needed more glow.
More glow.
Okay.
Because there's quite a lot of light pollution from the window. Although it doesn't let UV in, it does let light in.
Yes.
So, but that's what they look like under a UV lamp, and I was like, oh, they're very glowy.
Yeah.
So, but
and at the end, the glamour shots, I shut off everything. I made everything dark.
That. Just a moment.
Yes.
Stop jumping ahead.
Well,
It's just,
what?
well, wrong. Don't do it.
It's wrong.
Yeah. So what I had to do, that's it. It's called Cherry Glow. I love it. So what I had to do was put faces on the ghosts, and I hemmed and hawed for, I'm not going to lie, a lot longer than I'd like to admit as to whether or not I do the same colour but solid colour, or do I do black, or do I do a different glow in the dark? What do I do?
Decisions.
And yeah, I don't think I made sorry, I don't think I made necessarily the correct creative choices in every case. Because
Okay.
I did solid pink on the pink, and I kind of liked it, but then I look at it again and I go, no, I don't like it. And then I look at it again and I go, oh no, I do like it. I literally can't decide.
That's unlike you, not to be able to make a decision.
I cannot make a decision. I am paralysed on the faces of these ghosts, and I don't know why, but
I don't think it's just these ghosts. I think you just have an innate inability to make a decision.
I can make decisions. It just depends what the decision is about. If it's like a serious decision, I can do it. If it's not, if it's a whimsical decision, I really struggle. And it's like, do you want to do, in my profession, I would have to make decisions all the time, and I did not struggle with them.
Yeah.
But, do I use pink or blue? Well, my life, it's a real struggle.
Yeah.
Do I want chips or mash? The struggle is real. You will never understand.
No, because I can make decisions.
Yeah, but you can't make, important decisions. I have to do those.
If I go to the shop, I actually get stuff.
Here we go.
On purpose, so that you have to make a decision of what you would like.
He does. I'll send him to the shop for milk and bread, and he'll come home and he says, oh, and I've got you a present. And I'm like, oh, wonderful. What is it? And he says, well, you've got to make a decision. And honestly, there is murder in my heart at that moment. It is possible to fully love someone and fully want to stab them with a milk bottle all at the same time.
With a milk bottle?
I'm usually putting the milk away, aren't I, at the time when you go, you've got to make a decision.
Yeah.
Milk carton, anyway.
Yeah, I don't think you can stab with a milk bottle. It's more bludgeon.
Well, that then. Whatever it is, it's that.
Okay.
And then he'll just get out two really nice looking things and go, choose one. And I can't. I just go, surprise me.
Yeah.
And I get nothing.
No, that's the surprise.
Surprise.
The surprise is I get both.
Anyway, back to my video, if that's okay.
Okay.
I wasn't happy with the matte mold at all. So I got out my my dunking UV. So it's not dipping UV, it's just a pot that I got that I stuck a load of UV in. And I call it my dunking UV because I dunk things in it. I don't want anybody thinking I'm using a specific UV. It's not. It's just a pot.
It's just normal UV
in a black pot.
In the black, yeah.
That I dunk things in.
But the pot is specifically for UV, isn't it?
No, it's just a black pot I got from Temu.
Right, okay.
Or I might have got it from Amazon, actually. I can't remember. I got it from somewhere. And then I set about doing just fingering my ghosts, basically.
You're fingering your ghosts.
Yeah. So I think I dunked the initial one and I was like, oh, that's a lot of effort. So what I did then is I stuck my finger in the UV and then just,
So you're top coating it with a glow-in-the-dark UV mixture?
No, I'm top coating it with just regular UV.
Oh, because that looked pink.
Well, it would do because it's going on a pink ghost. The ghost itself is pink.
Oh, I thought when you were putting it on, that was actually pink.
No, that was the eyes on the big ghost.
No, that ghost you just did.
No, that's just the staining in the thing.
Oh, okay.
That's all.
Okay. I thought you were.
No.
I thought you were just top coating it with a.
No,
with a coloured.
I'm top coating it with just plain regular UV, and then I'm doing the eyes and the face of the ghost. So this ghost, I decided, I was like, right, now I'm going to have a go with some glittery UV.
Oh, okay.
And then I thought I probably should do the black as well. And I tried the black. And funny enough, the last person to use this particular bottle was not me.
What, the black?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Who was the last person to use the black? Do you think? Let's just hazard a guess. 2 people use our craft room.
Yeah.
I wasn't the last person to use it. So who do you think used the black UV and didn't fill it up? Or mention that it needed filling up? If anyone watching would like to hazard a guess at this, do let us know in the comments who you think is responsible for not filling up the black UV. Anyway, because once again, I was like, I'm just going to have to throttle him.
Uh-huh.
I thought, I'm just going to use the glitter. I used the glitter black because it's less painful. So that's what I did. I used the it's J Diction glitter black, and I'm not joking. That stuff is amazing. It is so good. I'm thinking about getting the J Diction colours.
Okay.
Because I wasn't overly impressed with the other ones.
Oh, really?
The Let's Resin ones I wasn't overly impressed with.
Right, okay.
I thought they were quite some of the colours were all right, but some of them were a bit wishy-washy.
I find that with UV though. I know that it has to be so.
But there's wishy-washy and then there's wishy-washy.
Okay.
And I felt that they were too wishy-washy. And I found that with these small ghosts, it's actually quite difficult to get. I wanted just a plain colour, and I wasn't overly happy with how the black looked. So I thought, and my hands were starting to hurt at this point. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to put some marker in it. And these are the Resiners markers, and they are fab. They come in 4 colours.
Yep.
And if there's a gold, I think it's like light gold, dark gold, rose gold and chrome, and they are so nice. And you've got like a fat end and a thin end. I know you've not used them. No, because they're nice.
Okay.
They're nice. I would like to keep them that way. Now, then I decided to do a couple of the ghosts with black eyes. And I thought, why am I struggling with UV when I can just paint them on? So what I did is I painted them on. And then I just did a top coat with the UV. Now, anybody who is spotting the craft resin to the left of the screen, that's not the UV that I've used in this project. I have used Nik Pro, which is really good UV. Very good value for money. There you go.
See, I've used both and I can't tell the difference.
You can't, yeah, exactly. I mean, I can, depends what I'm doing, but I can sometimes. I mean, certainly from the craft resin and the Nik Pro I can, but from what I was using before, and the Nick Pro, I couldn't tell the difference.
Okay.
But anyway, I digress. Once I'd finished just top coating all of the ghosts, I just popped them under the lamp again, and that was it. It was off to the glamour shots.
Yeah.
And that was this make all done and dusted.
Yeah.
And what I'm going to do with these is I'll probably put some in the shop, but I'm going to have some lined up on my windowsill.
We're going to have lots of Halloweeny stuff that we've made on the windowsill and dotted around.
Yeah. So, yeah, and I think that'll look really pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my plan.
Yeah.
That is my grand plan.
A grand plan.
It is a grand plan.
Wow. So for the glamour shots,
yeah.
I charged these up in my 3D resin printer UV curing machine,
which is super powerful.
Yeah, and it's got a little turntable, so stick them all on, just let it off for 5 minutes, and then I took the photos, and it took me a couple of minutes to take the photos. And they kept their charge really well. They and you can see that, and they are really
absolutely
bright.
stunning. Yeah. Now the one in the top left is the pink one.
Yeah.
And at the end of this little turntable-y bit, there is the purple one.
Yep.
Which I have to say, I quite like. So if you want some of these glow powders, do head over to Resin Supplies Den. It's fab. Now, if you like our creative sort of chaos and you're still with us at this point, please do feel free to hit that like button.
And while you're down there, why not give the subscribe little finger as well?
And if you already have, or you are one of our members, or you have liked, watched, commented, sent us a super thanks, or interacted us in any way, shape or form, including joining our Facebook group,
thank you very much.
you get one of Kirk's seductive thank yous.
Thank you very much, yes.
And hopefully we will see you in the next one.
Yeah.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.